You are listening to a special edition of The Shadow of Islam. In this edition, which I've entitled, Allah is not found in Arabic Bible manuscripts. So often, we see that Muslims claim that because the Arabic word for God, or Allah, is used in the Arabic translation of the Bible, it therefore means that the Islamic God of the Quran is the true God of creation. This is yet another false teaching of ignorance, which the blind followers of Islam accept from their leaders without checking the source information. It's also important to note that the first Arabic translation of the Bible came into existence in about the 9th century, and the earliest fragment of the Old Testament in Arabic is the text of Psalm 77 found in the Umdayyad Mosque dating from the 8th century. And one of the oldest Arabic Bibles was discovered in the 19th century at St. Catherine's Monastery. The manuscript, called Mount Sinai Arabic Codex 151, was created and dated back to 867. And nowhere in this manuscript is the name Allah found in reference to God. The name used is Ilah, and rightly so. The closest two words in the Hebrew is Allah, which means to curse, mourn, rise, and is never applied to God, and generally is translated as either oak or turpentine tree. The Hebrew word for God is Ilah. You can see that in Strong's number 425. So apart from the superficial similarity in appearance, and it sounds similar to Allah, it is never used in the Bible in reference to the true God of creation. And making this claim is like saying the Mormon Bible is the Quran, because it looks like a Muslim book. The problem which Islam faces, or followers of Islam face here, is when we follow the Islamic scholars like Dr. Knight, who refers to the sound-like phrase when seeking Muhammad in the Bible, creates a huge dilemma for Islam. Dr. Knight said the following: in the Hebrew language, im is added for respect. Similarly, im is added after the name of the Prophet Muhammad to make Muhammadim. In the English translation, they've even translated the name for the Prophet Muhammad as altogether lovely. But in the Old Testament, in the Hebrew, the name for the Prophet Muhammad is yet present. Shabir Ally also confirms this, and he adds, now what remains is for us to specify where in the Bible to find mention of our Prophet. In the Old Testament, there are many references, and the most significant is in Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 16. And the verse mentions our Prophet by name. It says in the Hebrew language, he is Muhammad. But the English translation is, he is altogether lovely, instead of the real truth. So, if we follow the same methodology used by Dr. Nike and Shabir Ally, with understanding that the Islam foundation is based on the balance of scales of justice, and therefore by using the Islamic standard for evaluation of these respective scholars, no one can deny this to be an acceptable criteria to use. Allah in the Hebrew thus means curse or mourn, or oak or turpentine tree, while the word Akbar in Hebrew means mouse. We can see that in Strong's H5909. So, simply stated, and following Dr. Mike and Shabir Ally's claim of sound similar, we can then conclude the flip side of Allah Akbar is the cursed mouse. But we need to take this a step further and put that into the Shahada, which would then read, I testify there is no oak but curse, and I testify that Muhammad is the messenger of the curse. And from a Christian view, we see the tree as a curse of the crucifixion. And we see this in Galatians 3:13. Christ redeemed us from the curse of the law by becoming a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone who is hung on a tree. I want to thank you for listening to this special edition of The Shadow of Islam, a True Perspective. If you'd like to support our channel, please go to www.patreon.com/digging deeper SA.